Motorcycle insurance. Oh, my lips are burning. Oh, but my lips are actually burning. Hey, y'all. Ooh. I found this top, right? I can't remember if these are the right pants that goes with it. I cannot remember. And then I can't find my other slipper. I don't know what happened to my stuff, but these don't really match, but I'm gonna wear these anyway because they got gray in it. Ugh. But I want to find that so bad because it got like pink in there and it's pink anyway. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Okay, so the topic of today is the banks. Okay, so my problem is the banks are just too dang greedy. They are just too greedy. I've been paying my bills, right? And then, so I used to pay what was due on the credit cards, but a little bit over what was due. And so I learned that you pay it off because I'm thinking your credit don't grow unless you hold debt, and that's not the case. You can pay it off and still have good credit. So now my credit is 800 and something, right? But I bought the RV and the banks charged me 5% interest. Now what I was told, and it was like that you are supposed to have the lowest interest rate if your credit is good. But now the banks don't even care if your credit good. I guess since so many people are figuring out the formula to keep your credit straight, you know what I'm saying, and not live in debt like we used to with the credit cards and stuff. So I have like less than a 1% credit card usage on my personal credit. So my problem right now is, like I said, they want 5%. And so on my RV, right, it is through M&T Bank. I only pay $500 a month for the RV, but they take $400 in interest. They sold me something on, okay, you can keep it for 20 years, and I'm basically paying $100 a month on the principal of the RV, and that pisses me off because I work so hard to get my credit, good, and then they don't even care really. You know what I'm saying? It used to be if you had good credit, you can get like 0% or 2 or 3%. Now everybody 5%. Even on my car that I got qualified for, I didn't get it yet. They told me 5%. I was like, can I talk to somebody about it? The Lord. They was like, no, ma'am, that's for everybody. So if you're charging the people who have good credit 5%, what are you charging people with bad credit? You know what I'm saying? So that's not right. That's not right at all. So my plan is to work on the social media thing, right? And then just pay it off cash, and that way y'all don't get no interest because y'all trying to be so greedy. I'll fix y'all. Yep. And so with my house, I forgot who did it. Was it Trump or I said his name. Oh my goodness. But the housing thing was lowered. The interest rate was lowered to 2%, right? So it was lowered to 2%. So yeah, I'm at 2%, which is good. But the house is getting old. It's almost 10 years old, right? So I'm like, I need to paint. I need to repair something in my master bedroom. And I'm like, man, I would rather get my interest, not my equity, and just run away to a new house. You know what I'm saying? And then I can have the new house and not have to worry about repairing the old house. But they got the houses marked so far up, and the interest rate is so far up that I don't want to be the person to be like, I used to have a house for 2%. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to ask myself, is it worth it? I've been asking myself this for a while, and I'm glad I didn't jump, because everybody keeps calling me. It's annoying too. Do you want to sell your house? Do you want to sell your house? And Open Door, do not trust Open Door. They gave me the lowest quote ever. They was trying to get 40,000 off my head. Sell they. And then my the realtor was telling me, I got a quote from Open Door. I got a quote from my realtor, and the realtor was like, "We can get you way more than that." You know what I'm saying? So Open Door was really trying to cheat me. So don't trust Open Door. They are scammers. They are cheaters. They just gonna take your house, and they tell you, "Oh, we're gonna hold it and try to sell it for you." They are just like the middleman. Everybody's kind of like the middleman, but they the middle scam man. But I'm like, you're not gonna hold my house and do it for me. No, and get all that money. But even the realtor, they want 15,000 just for doing paperwork. I just don't like that. I just do not like that because I got. Let's see. I was like, I would have to even when because I did refinance before, right? Because I had credit a few years back. I had credit card debt from traveling, and then I had my furniture was getting old. So the furniture that I had was brown like this, right? But it wasn't a real leather, and I wiped it, and it was like 10 years old because I had that furniture when I was in El Paso. But it started peeling, and I was like, I just can't take it. So I used my old equity, which I thought was a good thing. I bought a brand new couch set and the table set. I paid all that off. I paid it all off, right? So I don't have that debt, you know what I'm saying? A monthly payment on furniture or anything like that. So I thought that was pretty smart. So you always want to make the best move. You don't want to keep accumulating debt. So, yeah. So the bank is a major, major, major problem for me right now because it's so many loopholes, and it's like you got to figure it out because nobody's gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? You might catch some YouTubers every once in a while, and I learned this trick from a YouTuber. Because like I said, I was carrying debt on the credit card thinking that I had to. But this lady that was on YouTube, she told me, she said, she just said it on, but she said, you take your lowest bill and you pay the most money on your lowest bill and then knock that out. And then you move to the next bill, your next lowest bill. You put the most money on your lowest and knock it out. And I was just knocking the bills out because I think I was paying over $1,000 in credit card because I was paying $500 on something and $500 on something else. And I'm like, once I paid them out, I had more money. You know what I'm saying? I was holding on to things and buying, but I messed up because they would be like, if you spend $500, then you can save. I don't know why I started doing that. Like when you shopping, when they send you a coupon or a credit card, and I was like, you need to stop doing it. Even when like going to what I did reflex therapy, where they give you the body massage and all that stuff. And Groupon was like, if you take this, then you can save. I was doing stuff I didn't even need to do just to save, and I wasn't really saving. I'm actually spending. So I was like, let me stop doing that. So yeah, just using the credit card to live. So I paid all the credit cards off my personal credit. And now I'm back with no personal credit. So my question is, should I sell this house and get the equity? But this house is 2%. I'm trying to figure out really how can I keep it. I don't want to have tenants though. I don't want to have nobody I have to come beg for my rent money. I don't want nobody who's gonna mess the house up worse, because I know if people don't own anything, they don't care about things. That's just human nature. They don't own it. They'll stop it up with tissue. You come fix it. They'll break the dishwasher or whatever. They want you to fix. I don't want to do that. So I might eventually have to sell because I do want something new. Yeah, but yeah, that is my plan for the that is my plan for the future is to not have interest rates, like paying things off because the banks are trying to be too greedy. And then people are like, well, why are you doing this and doing that? Basically being nosy, but I don't want to be living in debt. I want to be debt free. That gives you more freedom to do whatever you want to do. And I would like to I would like to get a new car and pay that off cash. I would like to pay off my RV. But I'm not, that RV is having problems and I really want to trade it in and get something new and pay that off. That's my plan. And I don't know if I want a van, but I do want something with the bed in the back. I don't like having to take my bed from table to bed situation. I don't like that. I want to have a table and a bed. But I don't want one that's too big either, that I can't find parking when I go somewhere, or I have to turn so wide with the RV. So I have to think about that. I mean, I love my RV. It's the cutest little thing, but just having a 10-gallon gas tank, as far as propane, that's annoying. It's not enough. You constantly filling the propane up. I think it's only 20 to 30 gallons of water tank. And I like to be stealth. Like, I like to travel somewhere and not have to go to a RV park. I want to use my generator. I use my propane, because I want to be self-sufficient. I want to pay. I don't mind going to an RV park sometimes, but having to pay RV parks when I'm traveling, I don't want to do that. That's these days it's like buying a hotel room. That lady told me, now if you go on base, you can get a space, which I was loving that because I did $20 per night in when I was in Vegas. But I had called one place which wasn't on base, and they was like $80 per night. It was like $80 per night, but you're in your own RV. The only thing I'm gonna do is watch TV, then go to sleep, and then use the water and dump my tanks. And I'm like, you don't have to dump the tanks every day. You don't have to refill on water every day because, like I said, you have a holding tank, and you really don't. You have your batteries and stuff. So why would you go sit on their land and pay them? So that's why I don't like. I'm not into RV parks because when I was traveling in my Jeeps, I could pull aside the road. That's what I thought about too. Campers, people who camp, they don't have all those amenities, and people who travel in cars. I mean, at least I do have the bathroom. I can wash my hands, stuff like that. And then when you travel in your car, most people that I'm following on these I'm following on YouTube, they go into Planet Fitness and taking showers and stuff like that. So I'm like, So I was kind of thinking like getting rid of the RV because it's the interest rate, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pay it off. And that way I can keep my toys. You know what I'm saying? And not have to pay these banks all this interest because they are ripping me off. But yeah, my credit is exceptional right now, and I'm proud of it because that's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? They say that 1% of the population has the 1%, but they let you get the 1% and then don't treat you because I met somebody before when they had the exceptional credit, they had 0% interest rates, and they was teaching it all over the internet. The banks don't like when you have good credit because they can't charge you as much interest rate. And then now they're saying we don't care how good your credit is, we're gonna charge you that 5% interest rate, and that's not like fair. Especially when people, especially when that was the rule. You know what I'm saying? You try to play the rules, and they change the rule because you playing it too good. You know what I'm saying? You trying to play it smart, and I don't like that, changing the rules on people. So, yep, the plan is to pay off everything. Like this is paid off. Everything in here is paid off. The next thing is to pay off the RV and pay off a new car.